Parental discretion is advised.
Coming soon from Sorgatron Media.
But it's got freaking Ninja Turtles, right?
Thing.
Exactly.
Then you have...
And I thought it was really cool. What did you think of the Suicide Squad, Mike? Mike? All right, weak. And,
that thing. You know the thing, Sorg.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, shit, no!
We'll fix it in post.
What's up, guys? This week on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, it's WrestleMania week. What do you think we talk about? Stick around.
Find yourself in the Beachview area of Pittsburgh? Check out the official pizza of this show, Slice on Broadway, sharing an abnormal obsession with pizza we can relate to. Check them out at sliceonbroadway.com and tell them this show sent you. Donate as little as $1 an episode to get your name in the show and access WMS Gold content. Check out our page at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show or click the link on our site. Want to have your business or podcast featured on the show? Contact us at info@sorgatronmedia.com. Subject line, advertising.
Wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time.
Guys, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show on the week of weeks, the one we've been all waiting for. It's Wrestling Christmas. It's WrestleMania week. This is episode 413, I hope. And this is Sorgatron Mayhem Show Studios here in Pittsburgh, PA. Ready to rock this thing and talk wrestling that we all know and love with the people we all know and love. First of all, the lovingest, the Papa Lunchbox. How you doing?
What the fuck is happening, Sorg?
I have no idea.
What the fuck is going on? That's right. It's WrestleMania weekend. Let's goddamn take our testicles out and celebrate.
Yes. Also joining us from the Bronx, New York, the MVP of tonight's podcasting ventures, as this is the third he's been on tonight, is Mad Mike. How you doing, sir?
Sorg, if I am the MVP of podcast night, the M stands for movies. The V stands for viral shit. And the P stands for podcast.
I was going to say professional wrestling, but okay.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And also, finally coming back to us in the first half, he's had his own show, so I guess he hasn't felt the need to come on in his own thing. But he happened to be around because we flipped the shows. He's fresh off of talking with Zach Gowen, who has a documentary coming out this week, so check out the Indie Mayhem Show 13 for that. But Eamon is with us from San Antonio, Texas, commentator extraordinaire for Inspire Pro Wrestling, and a former fan of wrestling. You don't see the head nod on the audio, but
not that part, not that last part. I still love wrestling. I love wrestling so much, guys. Like too much.
Amen, big league Peyton.
Like, why am I loving it? Why am I so weird and stupid and love wrestling?
But this is a four-up of four people who are stupid and love wrestling, and we've talked about it every Tuesday night.
We can be stupid and love wrestling together.
Yes, and that makes us the majority. It makes the rest of all of you not as impressive. This is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can find stuff at WrestlingMayhemShow.com for this show. Find stuff, I guess. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Spreaker, all kinds of stuff, video and audio formats. Find us, comment us, share us with your friends, please. Definitely comments on iTunes are a big help. Thanks for Basic Sickness for that intro theme that we've been using for a while here. Check them out, basicsickness.com. You can also drop us a line to that email address.
Good times.
Good times at wrestling.
I forgot we sing it.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. No, we t-shirt it these days.
I've been gone for so
I know you
long.
haven't been around for a while, and you don't listen to the show and everything.
I listen to the show.
Amen, big league Peyton.
Big League Peyton. 412-206-WMS0. We got voicemails and emails galore. Holy crap.
It's almost like people are excited for something this weekend.
Almost. And of course, thanks to our Patreon supporter, WrestlingRevolution.net. You can go to patreon.com/ Wrestling Mayhem Show, or click the link over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Support the show. We got some special stuff we're going to be planning here for people. If you donate just $1 of the show, if you think this show is, if we're bringing the funny enough for you, and you want us to keep bringing the funny, and you want to donate a buck a show even, or even a penny a show, it doesn't matter. Whatever you think this show is worth, we really appreciate it, and we're trying to build up some funds so we can do some really special stuff with this show and make it even bigger and badder. And maybe you don't have to have guests that have to hide in the closet while they're attending the show and being interviewed, that kind of stuff. Maybe Eamon will get a better background, or
It's a clean wall. It's one color.
It's good for compression. It's good for compression.
Yeah,
it's good. It's all right.
The
It's all right.
lighting's weird. I look like the fucking ghost of WrestleFan, but
right. But go check that out at Patreon. Now we got the emails. Holy crap, we got the emails. So let's get right into it. Who's this first one? Wait, is that? Who is this? What is this?
who are you?
What is this?
I think it's Dustin.
This email has confused me. Oh wait, that's that email for the other show, isn't it?
Yes, that's why I asked before.
But it looks like it was. Is it a second one? Okay, no, we're going to skip that. Dear Mayhem Americans, we the people, sometimes in life we have heard ideas that are foreign to our nature.
We have to heed ideas that are foreign to our nature.
We don't do that anymore, Eamon.
No, Sorg, that's
how that's how the sentence goes.
Oh,
we have to heed ideas.
It would have changed the context of the sentence. And
my monitor is really far away. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm a perfectionist. I'm sorry.
One such concept was presented by.
Wait a minute. You skipped an email.
No,
what?
They read that.
No. We read that on the other show.
We read that one.
You read the wrestling one on the other show?
That's an
on the
indie
other show
one.
that has to do with wrestling.
Oh, that's right, that show.
Yeah. Where was I?
We're all
I'm
confused.
sorry.
I'm going to start again. We'll fix it in post. Dear Mayhem Americans, sometimes in life, we have to heed ideas that are foreign to our nature. One such concept was presented by an unlikely character to be considered prophetic. In the rafters of the Impact Zone, Willow told us to embrace the confusion. TNA's motto, moving forward in my eyes. Confusion is why 1 week of Impact can be so vanilla white, it's far away, I'm sorry. While
Vanilla
the next
white also applies.
okay. While the next is so flavorful. Confusion as to how Abyss can be hired and work exclusively for Magnus, yet can be booked in a match by MVP. Confusion as to who you should cheer for in a match, a point evident in my first question of the week. Number 1! With the excellent points brought up in the solid promo by EY this week, who do you feel is more deserving of a title shot, and essentially my cheers, against Magnus, Eric Young, or Samoa Joe? I did watch Impact, amazingly, this week. And that was a really good promo by a friend of the show, by the way, Eric Young, basically coming out and saying, hey, I've been here forever, and I've done everything they've told me to, and I did it well, and these people dig me, and I've entertained them. I need a damn shot. Who are you? You've had your shot, Joe.
Yeah, because if you want to look at it in a sense of like who deserves the shot more, Joe's lost 2 title matches.
Yeah, and Joe's had his day. So I don't know. As far as
also Eric Young is actually entertaining.
Yes,
Joe just spits and screams at people.
I love this idea of a serious Eric Young because we haven't seen that in a long time. And we know what he can do on the other side of stuff. I mean, he's done the paranoid thing, he's done the comedy thing, he's done a fishing show, or the animal show or whatever. So I would like he kind of deserves it, like on a personal level and a professional. I think he kind of deserves it, And I would kind of hope that they could do something with him.
I said this before in the Hangouts, and I'll say it again. If TNA wants to steal one thing from WWE, it should be putting a tiny, bearded, paranoid man married to a knockout in the title scene. If that's the one thing you steal from WWE, please let that be it.
And I think
Yeah, but it's not a direct storyline, but you know.
no, but loosely,
No,
right?
I know it's not, but it's
Eric
the
Young,
comparisons
when
are
you
a
were,
little-
spent all those years and all those armories, in front of 200 people, calling yourself the best in the world. Yeah.
Yes,
but no, I see
they're
your
not
point.
direct comparisons.
No.
I see your point.
But Eric Young and Daniel Bryan are both similar in their gimmicks currently and similar in stature. That's what I'm saying.
Excellent. LB does not watch Impact, so we're going to X him out of
That's
this.
true.
Yes, accurate conversations. Number 2, confusion isn't isolated to just TNA. So ask, why would the Beast Incarnate be made to look like an underdog or less significant of a force in many ways? This isn't a story of discontent between two men, but rather a story of an old man holding on to a past glory, a sentiment made very clear by, as Heyman said, that this wasn't a match for Brock to win, but it was for Taker to not lose.
WWE just has that complacency to, and it's the same way they book Randy Orton. They always make him like this underdog, like weakling, sort of like. And Brock Lesnar's not a weakling, but they always make it as if the face of whatever is supposed to intimidate them.
And I really feel like the whole point, the formula of these streak matches is you have to make me believe that he might not get it this time.
Right.
Like that's like, oh, they could give it to Punk. Oh, they could. Oh, Shawn Michaels' career's on the line. Oh, would they really do that right now? That's. If you're not doing that, then you're not selling the match, and it's not as interesting. Other than I'm watching this to watch Undertaker beat the next guy.
Right. I will say to that testament, and I'm excited for that match. I think it's gonna be a really great match. However, how many people think that Brock Lesnar is ending the streak?
Well, how many people thought CM Punk was ending a streak? There's only one person left in the WWE who they can book that No, I'm not gonna say him. I'm not gonna say Sting. There's only one person left in the WWE.
You're about to give me a heart attack, and I was gonna lose it.
No. There's only one person realistically that they can book against Taker at WrestleMania that almost everyone would think would have a realistic shot at actually breaking the streak, and that's John Cena.
I agree with that.
That's the only
I agree with
person.
that.
Because when Punk got the advantage over Taker last year, nailing him with the urn, scattering the ashes everywhere, as great of a moment as that was, the first thing all of us said were, well, he's definitely not winning now.
Yeah.
Like, everyone accepts that The Undertaker is going to win.
Yeah.
Because the way they sell that he might not win is within the context of the match. It's not within the build. Because
I disagree with that, but I guess I can amend my last statement that it's not always a formula of making him believe this guy can win. Making the guy believe that he can win and making you believe that he believes he can win. But I guess in the case of CM Punk, I guess it is really good to say that was really built to be like, you want to see him kick this guy's ass,
Yeah, exactly. And people just want to see Brock and Taker just truck it out with each other. And
that's true. It's not always about
because it's going to be in the match where you think like, oh man, Brock's really beating the shit out of him. Maybe he can beat Taker. That's when you start to think, because Brock Lesnar is not known for his match build-ups. He's known for his matches.
Mm-hmm. LB, do you have any thoughts on this?
I think that I don't think that they book Brock Lesnar to be an underdog all the time. I think they're doing it in this situation because that's how anybody is presented against the Undertaker. He's supposed to be the Undertaker, the one that everybody looks like an underdog against because it's the streak, No, I don't think. I think there is a slim chance that Brock Lesnar will break the streak because I think I said this in the Raw wrap-up. We could just see Brock Lesnar kill an old man.
That is very true.
He could just beat an old man to death on national television.
Yep.
We'll see.
From the chat, some ideas. Alex is wondering if he thinks that they're going to repeat the Giant Gonzalez, where Taker wins by DQ after Brock Lesnar uses ether.
If that happens, I'm walking out of the Mercedes-Benz Superman.
It's like, I'm done. I'm out. I don't care if Daniel Bryan wants to play with the title.
The minute you say, I think they're going to repeat the match against Giant Gonzalez, out. Just fucking out.
I'd only accept that if Taker came in on a giant fan boat led by alligators.
I'd accept that if Brock Lesnar comes in a muscle suit.
Which is nude. Just comes out nude. With the hair and all the right.
Oh, welcome to the WWE Network. Anything can happen. And Rizz was responding to, I think, the believability. Saying he's not. Paul Heyman is getting into Taker's head, knowing that he can lose via countout or DQ as well, and which really Punk did too. This has been, I mean, really, okay, so last few years before this, you'd have, him versus Triple H twice, him versus Shawn Michaels twice. Now you have him versus Heyman twice. In the long run. And that's what the start was. It was like, hey, Punk didn't beat you, so I brought a better guy. I brought my bigger, badder new boyfriend to beat you up.
Curtis Axel. Oh, wait.
No.
If the rest of Taker's streak is just Paul Heyman trying to find new people to break it, that would be the greatest thing on earth.
He becomes the Bobby Heenan of this thing,
Yes.
It's like, this is the new member of the family that's going to kick your ass,
Like, I had this idea in my head, pie in the sky, never going to happen. But Paul Heyman's the one who tried and convinces John Cena to go out to the streak.
The Undertaker.
What was that, LB?
He said he had a pie in the sky, never going to happen idea, and I said Sting comes back and wrestles the Undertaker.
No.
As a Heyman guy.
But Paul Heyman.
If Sting comes back as a Heyman guy, you realize how much that would fuck like the entire timeline of professional
that's not
wrestling?
what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, the whole like Dangerous Alliance stuff, like that fucks like everything.
No. Here's what happens: is eventually the Heyman guy thing becomes so diluted, just like the Four Horsemen did in the later years.
There have been like 2 or 3 Heyman guys.
I think it's been more than that.
Really? In WWE?
Well, since
there's
we
been
started
Lesnar, Punk, and Axel.
I mean, there's a lot of retrospective. That guy was a Heyman
Big Show
guy.
was one for a little while.
Yeah.
I think like.
Oh no, that's back in 2002. That doesn't count. Because then otherwise they would show stuff of Lesnar beating the fuck out of the Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell.
Which they should very much.
They should. They definitely
should. But they're not doing it because wrestling fans have the memories of Nats.
Now we all have the WWE Network to extend our memories.
That's true.
There you go. Number 3, the question in the email. We're in the email section still, guys. One of the more confusing aspects of wrestling at the moment is where we go after Sunday. Each panelist pick a match from this Sunday and tell us what result from the match you would like to see and what direction you want the winner to go in heading towards Extreme Rules.
Jesus, we should have studied for this.
No, we're good on the fly, guys.
That is elaborate.
It is elaborate, but we can do this. This is malarkey.
Triple H
says
wins
Alex.
the belt, leading to Triple H versus Bryan at Extreme Rules.
I could see it. Can I take Cena versus Wyatt's?
Sure. Wyatt.
In the long run, it's him versus the entire family. I mean, they're involved. You know that. I really don't think there's going to be they're not at ringside situation. I think. I'd like to see this turn like dark side Cena, or at least more aggressive Cena.
Batman Cena.
There you
Bat Cena.
We're going back to the Batman Cena.
Whatever.
Yeah, but no, I
think it's a good metaphor. I'll use it as much as I can.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see this being they're driving to the dark side. They kind of did it with Daniel Bryan, but I could see like Cena got pushed to the brink, and here he comes. I don't think they've done enough with it. It's got to extend past this. Potentially, I could see why it's pulling it out, and you see that just progressing past WrestleMania. It's one of those weird high undercard matches. There's always like a couple good final resolution ones, usually including Undertaker. But I mean, how much stuff at WrestleMania just plays into the next pay-per-view, and we really don't finalize anything.
Well, I mean, you also have the next night on Raw, where literally anything can happen.
Yes.
Put it this way: if Bray Wyatt wins, the odds are more likely that Daniel Bryan is going to win. If Cena wins, we're probably going to see a heel champion at the end of the show.
Carr says, why it's when we finally see Cena heel turn and tags it at the IWC. Yeah.
If you want to see a heel John Cena, watch Total Divas.
Yeah, there you go. Anybody else? Who wants to pick the next match? Eamon?
I predict that the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal gets won by Big Show, and an inherent rule of that Battle Royal is that the winner gets incarnated, I guess is the word, with the soul of Andre the Giant.
You mean possessed?
Yes, and then that person challenges Dean Ambrose for the United States title, so we finally have the match of Dean Ambrose versus the ghost of Andre the Giant.
Book it,
done, sir.
Book it. Who was left
done.
again? Will? No, you're Will. No, you're LB. Oh, God, it's late now.
True. I was well on the other show. I would like to see. Okay, so you've got the Shield versus Kane and the other fellas. I would like to see the Shield lose and they implode, and then we have a big crazy match, three-way with the Shield at Extreme Rules.
LB, I'm telling you, you don't want to see that. Jenn Carlins will literally stab everyone in their house if that happens.
It could happen.
Mike, the question was, what do I want to see? Not what Jenn Carlins wants to see.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but she will stab you if that happens.
That's fine. I've been stabbed before.
Okay,
this is
enough.
true. I've witnessed this.
Just let me tell you guys about a time when I was in a nightclub and feuding with Carlito.
Wait a minute.
Really? Who has the name of Jesus anyways? That's not Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. From the chat room, Rizz says, Divas match. You won't know who won until next week on Total Divas. So there's that. Excellent. So finishing off this email. No, I'm on a different email. That's my time for this week, guys. Just so you know, all words typed in these emails are of my own fabrication of thought and not copied from any self-help or deep thought book. I told you guys when I started emailing that I was a rarity. In this world, an educated man who is actually a fan of TNA. Oxymoronic for sure, but still good for a 20-minute debate on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Regards, Dustin.
That's fantastic.
And, last I knew, I knew he was in the chat earlier, but I think he ducked out after the Gowan interview. So, who is the voice of Remedy anymore? Is that you?
I'll be.
You are definitely not the voice of Remedy. But,
I don't.
But you can read an email. Go for it.
I want to read it. The other email I think someone else has to read, but I'll read this one from Doc Remedy. Hey folks, I watch Raw through my ears as I play some Diablo 2 expansion, multitasking for the win, and it seemed pretty. And it smelled pretty good.
Huh.
Wow. By far my favorite segment, and only one of two that made me look away from my computer, Scrag the Barbarian died as a result, was Triple H burial promo showing highlights of former WWE stars Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, Goldberg, and Scott Steiner. I'm not sure why, but I found myself laughing through the entirety of the video package. Reality Triple H, acknowledging what the internet says about, is ranking up there as a favorite heel in the same vein as Spotlight Batista.
Nice.
The ending was another moment I watched because it was good to see Bryan on top for a change ending a show. I still wouldn't mind seeing Bryan lose to Triple H and then cost him in the main event match later in the night. How bad are WWE travel guys if the Authority really thought Daniel was in Nolens? I also tried something out I haven't done in a long time, and that was to avoid any and all social media while watching Raw, and it was quite enjoyable. A breath of digital-free air.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I told myself I would keep this short, but I have trailed on and on and on. My apologies, dear host and listeners. Everyone, enjoy your Mania weeks. Remedy. P.S. Fuck TNA.
There you go. We were just reminiscing on one of the old show notes up here about Remedy does not live with his mom. So it was kind of ironic that he emailed me.
Remedy also does not live with Eamon's mom.
No, not with Eamon's mom, not with my mom, not with LB's mom. No, Mike's mom.
As far as I know.
As far as we know. I mean, we haven't checked in on that for a while. So, Remedy, thanks for the email. And please come back anytime you want. Now we got another one. You're right. This is LB's.
Yes. Hey. It's me. It's me. It's the future and past fan of the year at Big PPC. So, pretty good go-home show. Mania thoughts and predictions. Fatal 4-way tag match. I hope that either the Usos win or hopefully the Real Americas. Battle Royal winner will either be Big Show, Rusev, or Ziggler. Divas match, Brie Bella wins or AJ Lee. Shield will beat Corporate Kane and Outlaws. Bray Wyatt will win against Super Cena. Undertaker and Brock and Taker wins. Undertaker versus Brock and Taker wins. Triple H versus Bryan. And yes, Bryan wins. And yes, hopefully Bryan wins the title and main event. RVD to return to Raw next night. Sweet. So questions. Who are 3 unannounced people in Battle Royal? I hear Brad Maddox is one, Rusev is another, and who else?
Well, I know Brad Max is already announced.
Yeah. There are 3 other people. Brad Max was the 4th unannounced guy, but he announced himself last night.
I kind of was hoping that it was going to end up Piper being there instead of just another talk show segment where we get all the Battle Royal people to fight again.
Oh no!
You know, I mean, it's just like. Although I have enjoyed, I have to say, I have enjoyed that the Miz gets foiled at every attempt, much like his character in the Scooby Doo movie, which we'll get to later.
I watched WrestleMania 25 recently, which was the Chris Jericho Legends handicap match. I'm okay with not seeing Piper wrestle ever again.
Yeah,
he was talking about that though. He looked awful for a while, but it's because he was fighting cancer.
It wasn't the fact that he looked awful necessarily.
On the flip side of that, in like the late 90s, early 2000s when he wrestled Hulk Hogan, he looked awful then too. So,
but he could also wrestle pretty competently.
I remember being very excited about his match, like at Slamboree or something against Hogan. But I mean, that was when we were swept up with NWO, and it's like somebody's got to beat him, and it was like, oh my god, he beat him. He didn't realize until the end it wasn't a title match. So
because
wrestling, and Piper's not allowed to hold a belt. So he's like the Tommy Dreamer of everything else. So, excellent.
Okay.
I think David Otunga's going to be in that match.
Answer the question?
Oh, yeah, we did kind of diverge a little bit.
Everybody just said Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox. No, Piper. I was hoping
Brad
Piper.
Maddox is going to enter twice.
I think that's the thing where maybe you throw in a legend or something, right? Like maybe we see Scott Hall and Steak out there. Except for I know there's recent stuff that's probably not going to happen.
I could see DDP.
That would be great. Even if we had DDP and they come out with him, you know, I mean that'd be good. I mean DDP's in shape. That's kind of his
DDP
job.
Yoga.
Yeah. So it's his daughter's job. I saw. I was like,
Bobby F. J. Town is suggesting that the Warrior.
I don't know.
That would be terrifying.
It would be. Although I gotta think if the guy can at least just go over the top rope. Wouldn't it be obscenely bad if he won the Memorial, though?
Yep.
You don't want that to happen.
No.
Of course, if the Iron Sheik's in there, he's winning the whole damn thing. So
it's probably going to be Brad Maddox winning.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just have that odd feeling. Either he's going to be eliminated first, or he's going to win the whole fucking thing.
Santina
I don't know. If they want to keep doing this every year, it's got to be somebody legitimate.
Yeah.
It can't just be a comedy match every year.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can have a comedy moment, but you're right. You can't win it. Can't win it.
So next question. Who is a surprise, you think, on Mania? Austin, Hogan spot, Rock? So he's saying who's a surprise that's going to show up? Drew Carey. Drew Carey's going to show up.
Yeah, there's
he's going to wave and be skinny and then leave.
There's really no celebrities this year. And plus, you got to think, okay, Hogan's going to do something as host, right? I mean, think back. I mean, this is the second time we've had a host of WrestleMania. First time being The Rock. So Hogan random interactions with people. We'll probably see a comedy bit with Hogan and 3MB or something.
Hogan's gonna
love to see Hogan and 3MB.
Hogan and Flow Rider are gonna be up 3MB again.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I fully expect you're going to have him have a run-in with the Real Americans. There was already a Cesaro interview with him. If
That
you've
was
been watching,
brilliant.
have you guys been watching the Cesaro interviews?
Yes.
Somebody get
Cesaro's
me a
amazing.
translator.
Somebody get me a towel.
What?
That voice is...
It made him moist.
I think somebody's been reading the fan fiction again.
Hey, that man is a debonair and a dignitary. I don't even know that was a word. I meant it as compliments.
That's a word, but I don't think that's the word you think it is.
You didn't know dignitary was a word?
I assumed it was, and then I second-guessed myself.
What kind of Mickey Mouse diploma school are you going to down there?
Oh, boy.
Anyways, moving on.
Back to the email.
Back to the email.
Oh boy. Okay, this one's pretty open-ended. So we're going to go rapid fire. Otherwise, it's going to be a half hour. Things you are looking forward to.
What? For WrestleMania?
My birthday!
Yep. I assumed for WrestleMania. Let's narrow the focus to that.
Okay.
Sorg, what are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward for WrestleMania? Being able to see WrestleMania XXX everywhere. And I hope there's a reference to it somewhere.
Eamon, what are you looking forward to in WrestleMania?
Being high above the Mercedes-Benz Superdome and being afraid that I'm going to fall, but also loving wrestling at the same time.
And then you gotta tell me, you gotta give me a picture from where you're from, because I know every time I watch the last year's WrestleMania, I'm like, I'm up there. Every time they do like the shot of the stage, I'm like, I'm up there, so I can say Eamon's up there, and
I'm up there.
Yeah, you know. So
hey, Mike, what are you looking forward to at WrestleMania?
Honestly, the Divas match.
What?
Fuck off.
What?
No, I'm serious. I think it's going to be the biggest clusterfuck in the world, and I love clusterfuck.
Oh, you like the train wrecks?
Yeah, I do.
He's just looking for something new to jerk off to.
I'll do it.
Oksana's going to break more orbital bones.
I am looking forward to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, because I love a Royal Rumble, even if it's not a Royal Rumble.
Yes. It's going to be epic with 30. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. I bet Kali is going to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, rolling back. I bet Kali is going to just be there as one of those people.
Well, he's in it.
He is in it? Oh, I didn't know he was officially in it.
He's announced. The only reason he didn't come out last night is because he can't run to the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Has he been around? Is he okay?
Not really. He just became a citizen recently, so there's that. Maybe they're clearing his visa because they're like, we can't do this visa thing anymore. Can you become a citizen?
If he joined the Real Americans.
And then he conducts an interview with Hulk Hogan.
I would hate life forever.
Phenomenal.
The Real Americans,
because you know Cesaro.
The Real Americans are the epitome of everything I love about professional wrestling, and Kali is not.
Excellent. Whoever you are with the email.
I'm looking forward to Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and D-Bry to have Mania moments. Hall of Fame on Saturday and Mania on Sunday. Woo! Till next time, it's been me. It's been at Big PPC. Take care and don't stare. See you later. Mayhem Crew and Mayhem Nation sent from my phone.
Thanks a lot, LB. Of course, I want to take a moment.
He remembered my name.
He did remember your name. Of course, we got a voicemail real quick and another quick discussion topic, but I want to give a shout out to our buddies at Slice on Broadway here in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. If you're in the area, please check them out. They're feeding us and our guests that hit us up in studio, helping out a podcast night tradition for us. SliceOnBroadway.com. Mad Mike, you gave your testimonial about them previously here on the network. Definitely definitely on the level. If you like the New York style pizza, if you like it greasy, you like good specialized pizzas, check them out. And of course, and thanks to everybody who nominated them for the WPXI Best Pittsburgh Pizza over there on Channel 11. They're going to be announcing the winners on April 14th, I believe. I'm going to keep an eye out there and let you know if they won here. So hopefully we can say that the Mayhemers and the Sorgatron Media podcast listeners helped them win. From across the nation. I'm sure PXI is like, why are the people voting 5 times from New York and San Antonio and Long Beach, California, and what is this one blip from London? And wherever else you guys may roam from. So again, support them. Hit them up on Twitter, on Facebook, their LinkedIn, all that stuff. SlatesOnBroadway.com. Tell them that you heard about them through the Wrestling Mayhem Show or whatever other podcast you heard about them from, and support the people that support us here on the show. So at least our bellies sometimes. So with that, I do have, we have a voicemail? Is this right? Okay. I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with CM Punk. So let's load it up here. LB, be careful. I'm on your computer, so if you hear any weird audio. And let's see what's going on here.
Evening, boys. First time, long time. This kid is sawtooth Willie Bird shit. Work in the tunnels below downtown and the surrounding environs. They call me bird shit to tell you boys about what's really going on with the CM Punk. That skinny little shit what done quit his job recently. Well, word through the Hobo Network is that he is working his way across America. Boxcar to boxcar, stomp dance to stomp dance, hobo jungle to hobo jungle. Now this could all be hearsay or it could be the God's honest. I don't know. All I know is Moonshine Carnegie, the hobo what owned Pittsburgh, told me he stabbed a man with an X on his hands, and I extrapolated from there. You do with it what you will. Have a good show, boys. I'm going to go eat a pigeon.
Okay. I know. Wow. So inside Hobo Nation information. LB, I know you're familiar with the hobos locally abroad. I don't know.
Well, I'm excited because I always had the theory that Pittsburgh was owned by a hobo, and now I know that his name is was it Moonshine Carnegie?
Moonshine Carnegie. I wonder if that's any relation to the Carnegies. Interesting. So we'll see. I'm just wanting to know how a hobo got on a phone. So, but
I mean, there are still payphones
or receiving podcasts, for instance. But
Sorg, it's all in the cloud.
It's all okay. It's all in the cloud.
That's right. It's all in the cloud, even in the tunnels underneath Pittsburgh.
All accessible, right? I think I did miss the boat. This looked a little familiar, but there was an email not about indie wrestling from somebody we missed here. So, hello, 10%ers. It's your boy Alex, t-shirt designer.
I fucking knew it.
I'm sorry. I
thought I was an asshole.
I thought you were an asshole too, but I was incorrect. That's your boy Alex Cars, t-shirt designer extraordinaire, with some big news. Big news, guys! I'd like to first congratulate the friend of the show, El Gran Azul, on signing on with WWE. Question: What do you think they'll name our Mexicali friend on NXT? My money's on L. Devin Devinson. There you go. Show your support for our True Blue friend by buying an EGA t-shirt along with many other great, this is a plug-in here, great items at the Occupy Pro Wrestling merch shop at powertothesparks.spreadshirt.com. Till next time, this is Alex Cars reminding you that dreams really can come true. Guys? Olé!
Hooray!
Now, this was a joke that was kind of started in the chat rooms here on this show about a year ago. So I will share this. First, this is the only pro wrestling show where your ticket payment gets you real gold. Wrestling is Renegade presents Cash for Gold, starring Mike Lodibush and his amazing friends. Enjoy. And I'm sorry, I didn't get the graphic there. That did not work. That link did not work. I can't show you the graphic. I'm sorry. But he had a great... We'll put that in the show notes, I believe. Or somebody remind me to put that in the show notes later for that. A great graphic for that. And sorry, Wheelz, you got to hear the joke again. So I want to touch on something. This actually came up in the Facebook. There was a story about... Oh, that's not in the thing. I'm gonna fix that, I think. Oh, there it is. Well, the headline was the Bella Twins are to star in a potential WWE game.
What?
I was hoping it was like Barbie's Horse Adventures or something like that. But no, there was a survey that can't I'm sorry.
Barbie's Horse Adventures.
I just broke Eamon. Are you okay over there?
Bobby's Horse Adventures? Barbie's Horse Adventures, but instead of horses, it's wrestlers.
But no, they had a survey that was going around that in one synopsis was a game that sees the Bella Twins kidnapped by Mr. McMahon. The player would control either Cena or Daniel Bryan to have the battle through 50 levels in order to save Nikki and Bella. There was, Brie, yeah.
Nikki and Bella.
Does the winner get them both?
No, wait. Every time you get to a castle, sorry, but we perform twin magic. Your Bella is in the another castle.
Another idea sees you controlling teams of demons and superstars in a turn-based combat RPG as they face off against evil wrestlers from another dimension. Sounds like the Chikara game. Also, there's a turn-based game that TNA did that I kind of enjoyed.
Are they talking about turning wrestlers into Pokemon?
I forgot about that.
Well, we're getting into that.
We came up with that shit years ago.
Another thing was including WWE themed Angry Birds spinoff, an action figure collecting game. I'm thinking like Disney Infinity or the Spyro games, and a game in which you become the boss. So, hey, Wrestling Manager guy, serious parody. You guys did a version of that. I'd like to see WWE try their hand at that. Now, one idea, like when talking with Missy about this when this came up, she said about a Pokemon inspired game. So I mean that could be fun, but we were kind of in the Pokemon craze at that point. So I guess my question I wanted to ask, and I asked on the Facebook, what kind of, other than what they mentioned here, or even if you like some of these, what are some wrestling themed alternate games you would like to see?
WWE Crush Hour 2.
Okay.
With Daniel Bryan driving the No Sex Express.
What?
You need to watch Total Divas.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Needs to watch Total Divas.
Okay, well then I will explain it.
No.
Daniel Bryan rented a bus that said no sex was allowed on the bus, so I'm calling it the No Sex Express.
Wait, like that was a provision of like the bus rental or something?
Yes. That was a provision of having everyone ride on the bus with them.
Oh.
Yeah, there was no shitting on the bus, and there was no sex on the bus.
Oh, this is kind of like how like
all
Kofi
of those
Kingston,
rules were violated.
like Kofi Kingston was a bunk bitch for CM Punk's bus.
Yes.
I don't have experience in that department, but if I'm on a bus with people, like multiple people, I'm not like, hey, let's go have sex on this bus with these other people that are in this bus.
It's a proximity issue, and those bathrooms are small.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
And Nikki Bella drives a Range Rover in WWE Crush Hour 2. Yes, I want this to happen.
Yes, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. I just want to hear like Jim Ross commenting over car battles again.
Nikki Bella has the twisty rockets.
I kind of want to see. Wasn't there like a Lego spin-off-y thing that Mattel's going to do? Wouldn't you love to see? I would almost say like a Lego WWE, but I guess like a Lego sort of like Slam City kind of game.
Oh my God, yes.
That needs to become a video game so bad. And it seems that it sounds like 2K is more interested in doing alternate games than the previous people did. I mean, and you see what they're doing on iOS. They already did an Angry Birds type game. They got the Rockopolis. Okay. They got this John Cena like racing game. They are trying different things. They're really big about expanding this brand. We're seeing it with the toys and everything. Because they got the kids, right? It's more than just like, here's a teddy bear version of Shawn Michaels, and that's it.
Wait, Sorg, are you saying they market to children?
Eat, sleep, poop, repeat. Exactly. Start them young, right?
Yep.
So,
exactly.
But no, I can see any of these being possibilities. So,
I still want to see WWE Crush Hour 2.
Of course.
I want to see it so badly. You can even have it link into Slam City. Because I could see the Slam City characters driving around like crazy cars that John Cena builds in his mechanic shop.
Eamon, do you have anything on your mind you'd like to see?
That is a good question, Sorgatron. I don't know. I don't have anything that specifically comes to mind.
Well, you all be.
I would love to see a turn-based RPG kind of deal, but I'm a sucker for those kind of things. So
I just think there's options for them to kind of expand that out. Excellent. So let's know. Lego Ghost of Andre the Giant in the chat room.
Yes.
SmackDown laying the SmackDown. I don't know.
Stackdown is the Lego version of WWE, but it's not
Stackdown.
Legos.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen those yet. So earlier tonight, Eamon, you were with me. You were with me. You there?
Me.
We talked with a new friend of the show, Zach Gowen. There's a DVD coming out this week, DVD and digital download on joedabrowski.com, sorgatronmedia.com, zachgowen.com. Finding Zach Gowen, and we had a great conversation with him, and you can check that out on the Indie Mayhem Show 13. Here's a quick trailer, and we'll be right back with Remember When.
I'm going to talk about some things that I find, personally, I still find painful. See, it's kind of difficult for me to talk about because my childhood necessarily wasn't the best childhood. You know, I was in my own prison. I broke my leg in 3 or 4 places.
He was diagnosed in October as having osteogenic sarcoma. We didn't know what that surgery would mean.
I woke up as an 8-year-old missing his leg. It was definitely fate, I believe, that led me to the House of Truth Wrestling Academy. But in my heart, I knew that this is exactly what I was born to do. I finally found a place that accepted me. It was the most euphoric feeling I've ever had in my life.
And here's why I finally let him know. I go, listen, the WWE is going to call you.
I was completely overwhelmed.
This guy has a definite future in his business.
But I get to be in a Piper's Pit. I get to go to the ring with Hulk Hogan. Wrestling the Big Show, working with Brock Lesnar. To be in the ring with Vince, like, this is totally insane to me.
9 months before that, he was just a fan. 9 months later, he's in the ring with Hulk Hogan.
You could see this attitude change.
He definitely got an ego.
I rebelled and I acted out.
People didn't want to be put in matches with him.
Zach had so much heat. It looked like he was getting the living hell beat out of him.
And that it was better that he'd leave or they're going to end up killing him.
It definitely changed Zach. He got released.
The drugs and alcohol become my answer to all of that.
It just started going way downhill after that.
Zach's drug use was out of hand.
I feared for Zach's life many times.
I used to have dreams that he would die.
It was the closest I've seen to a human being OD.
The guy has a gun to my head.
He went through a dark time in his life, and sometimes people need to do that to learn how to live.
He's been through hell and back. That's the important part. He's back.
Zach's legacy can be anything he wants it to be.
It's a journey unlike anybody's story I've ever heard in my life. And I would want people to know the entire Zach Gowen story, and then judge Zach.
And we're back. Remember, check out that Finding Zach Gown if you dug the trailer. Again, we're on Indie Mayhem. I'm sorry. Yes, Indie Mayhem Show. That's right, show. It's late now. Indie Mayhem Show 13 over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com or on iTunes, YouTube, all that stuff to check out our interview with Zach Gown. Find out more about that. Check it out online. But in the meantime, it's time for Remember When.
Remember when.
Remember when. It's our go home show, so remember when.
I'm really glad that somebody sang since LB left. So LB had to leave. He had a mole man uprising he had to go deal with. But we got some great replacements here. Of course, Wheelz has joined us, as well as not one, but two Carlins are joining us. So close, one can get a drink for the other one. So we're going to get some questions. But there's a question this week submitted by LB before he went to fight the Mole Man was, so we have Slam City. I've been enjoying it. There's new episodes that went up again this week on the WWE Network and actually free for everybody to check out at Slam City's website. So think back to, I mean, I like it. It's something different. We have another idea of a cartoon coming out where they're like campers and stuff. But there's been animation and there's been other TV projects over the years. So why don't we remember when some of your favorite outside the box kind of things, like the recent Scooby-Doo thing, like the Slam City, over the past however long. Who wants to go first? I know my pick, and I just know somebody's gonna pick it.
Me. I'll do it.
Okay, Wheelz.
Oh, damn it.
Shut up, Mike.
And
I think everybody's about to be taken.
I'm going to go. Why? Because if I don't, I know somebody will pick it. And I say Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling.
Yeah.
All right, I'm still available. That's good.
Okay.
I still have mine.
That was like the easy one. For anybody who is like...
No, there's an easier one.
Is an easier one than that?
Yep.
Because I think anybody over, 30 remembers...
actually, there's a much easier one.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that then. But no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, and maybe I'll just tag team that as a remember one, because that was, I don't know, that might be what got me into wrestling. To be honest, I might have found that first, and that drew me into the rest of it. To be honest, which is exactly what they're trying to do now, right? With like putting them with Scooby-Doo, doing the Slam City stuff, getting the little toys, so to get them started. So they're lifelong crazy fans that have a podcast that runs for 8 years like us later.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, what are your memories of that, Wheelz?
Honestly, I mean, like you said, I used to watch wrestling, just the live action, and then when it came out, I went, all right, let's see what this brings to the table for all of us. I'm like, okay. So I'm watching, and I'm like, hey, this is entertaining, but why isn't that really their voices?
Yeah.
I'm like, they couldn't do their own voice. It's not like they're doing their own action scenes. But it entertained me. It had that realm of wrestling, but it also gave you the quirkiness of cartoons.
And it really fit in, the general context of Saturday morning cartoons at the time. Remember, we did have a cartoon for a while that had Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, and Bo Jackson as superheroes.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Sports-themed superheroes. So yeah, this is what...
what was that called?
Oh, I can't remember
Pro
right now.
Stars or something
Yeah, Pro
like that?
Stars. It's Pro Stars. I found it on YouTube not too long ago. It did not hold up one bit. So, and kid videos and your Captain Ns and all that stuff. It really just like kind of fit with the Saturday morningification of anything that kids could glom onto. So awesome. What about you, Eamon?
I honestly couldn't think of a lot. I started watching wrestling in 2002. And really, like, Slam City's the first, like, cartoon, like, sort of thing that I remember them doing from that era.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was sort of, like, since it was veering, like, in the Ruthless Aggression era, and, obviously they're garnering more with, like, the PG stuff nowadays, but I don't really remember any big, like, cartoon-based stuff. I think the Slam City stuff from what I've seen has been great, so I'm interested in that. Maybe I like the way that they're doing more like cartoony stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's fun.
Awesome. Rizz, let's hit you up. I know you still got one on.
I do have one. Bret Hart going into the mansion of Mr. Burns and buying it.
What? Ah, damn you.
Come on.
This place has got old man stink.
Oh, yes.
That was his only line.
Wow.
That was the only line. Also that brought up the whole WWF magazine cover with Bret Hart and Bart Simpson in it.
Bart Simpson,
Yep.
Which is awesome.
I think I remember. I remember. I think that spawned at the time. Like I remember drawing Bart Simpson in wrestling gear.
Mm-hmm.
Because somehow I figured out how to draw that like profile of Bart Simpson all the time, and me and a friend would just like draw him as Bret Hart, draw him as whoever else was big at the time, and I wonder if that
started at before the whole I'm going to draw a South Park character with wrestling gear on and make cool pictures of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I found the picture and I'm just staring at it right now.
I gotta find this now. Awesome.
Here, I'll put it in here. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. Matt Carlins, while we're bringing that up, do you have one?
It's not a cartoon, but I remember the time The Rock hosted Saturday Night Live, like right before WrestleMania 2000.
Nicotrell.
I felt like bringing it up only because that eventually Mick Foley and The Big Show and Triple H also did like cameos, and that's just fun because then it allows us to say Triple H was once on Saturday Night Live.
And The Big Show.
Nicotrell.
For that.
And Mick Foley and Vince McMahon.
Kind of a weird, kind of a big crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty mainstream.
Yeah, that was his first venture that turned into, oh my God, look at all the crap he's done. So
yeah, that was before all the movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even before. Was that before The Mummy 2?
I think it was in conjunction for like maybe Mummy 2 or
it was
Scorpion
in conjunction
King
with The Mummy Returns.
Okay, yeah. So I mean that was the beginning, definitely the beginning. So
I found the picture that I was looking for.
Yeah, I saw that pop up there. That's awesome.
And I love the little titles on the side going everywhere about mankind, brutality, or brilliance. What isn't he telling us? Also, the wild man and Sable trapped in the line of fire.
What? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I want to know.
I mean,
what that
someone
means
was
now.
targeting Sable.
Mm.
And it turned out to be.
Mad Mike, do you have an alternate there for your Simpsons?
Oh man.
If you don't, I do.
You always take mine, Mike.
What?
So you always took mine, so it had to be.
You didn't take mine.
No.
You didn't take mine. Mine is Vader appearing on Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Vader is actually a legit canon character in Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Big Van Vader is one of the bullies' dads on Boy Meets World, and I hope to God he's in Girl Meets World. If he's in just one episode of Girl Meets World, I'll be exceedingly happy with everything in life.
And going back to that one, how about the Bushwhackers on Family Matters?
Okay, thank you. I actually was just thinking, like, somebody was on Family Matters. I know that happened, right?
Well, yeah, Bushwhackers was on Family Matters. The Macho Man was on Hey Dude. Triple H was on the Drew Carey Show. Bam.
But
And
nothing
Batista
tops
was on
Vader.
Smallville.
Sorry.
And then you take everybody else's answer. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks a lot.
Well, who else had to go?
Jenn Carlins has one, I'm sure.
I know what Jen's is, and that's not one of them.
Jenn, what's yours?
Nope. Chris Jericho on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think about that one. Did not watch that one either, unfortunately. But
That's the only season I did watch.
yeah. It was like
Yeah,
there was that
then I
one and then the
stopped.
Heinz Ward one. Was the only ones I knew anybody would watch.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna watch this one because Billy D. Williams is gone.
I heard about that this morning.
Team Billy D.
I have what I hope is the holy grail of crossovers that should have happened, and I remember watching this as a kid when this happened. But have you heard of a show? I know we talked about it times before on here. A show called Tag Team that was piloted with Roddy Piper and Jesse Ventura. I think the story was they got kicked out of pro wrestling and then became buddy cops.
That's amazing.
That's creepy.
It's with Jesse Ventura. It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. There you go. And they are stretching. I think in like cop school or something. So amazingly, I just found the entire episode on YouTube. I am so watching this, by the way.
What is wrong with you, Sorg?
This is going to be so horrible.
Sorg, no.
This is 1991.
Sorg,
This has to happen. I need to relive this. It's been one of those like in the 90s when you kind of remembered something from when you were younger, but you didn't have an internet to see if that thing really existed. Now we do. Now we do. So with that, tell us your remember when.
Everybody go?
What's that?
Everybody go?
I think everybody here went. If I'm not mistaken.
Bobby F. J. Town says Hulk Hogan on Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah, I remember that. that.
Hulk Hogan was in a lot
also,
of things.
Captain Lou on the Super Mario Brothers Super
Yes! I'm surprised nobody said that.
Aside
I was
from
gonna
that,
do that one, and then I'm like, no, Boy Meets World.
aside from that, also Sergeant Slaughter making an appearance on there. I remember having a tape with him on there. I by accident bought the tape that had Sergeant Slaughter's guest appearance on it. I'm like, yes, that was a win for me.
Sergeant Slaughter on G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I can't remember
on Baywatch.
There was a Nickelodeon movie, and Jen's gonna have to help me on this. There was a Nickelodeon movie, and John Cena was like the manifestation of his father, and he lived in his
Fred.
Fred. Yeah.
I said it first.
Anybody else ever? Rizz, I guess you've seen this.
I've seen only John Cena's part. I have not saw the whole thing, and if I did, I would probably shoot myself.
Side note: John Cena in Psych has been very entertaining.
Also, Arn Anderson on Tosh.0.
Oli.
What?
Yeah. Oh
Doing
yeah.
what?
Arn Anderson was either it was Arn or it was Ted DiBiase. One of them was on Tosh.0.
I feel like it was DiBiase.
No, Ted DiBiase.
When friend of the show Chris Nickel got Web Redemption.
Yeah, it was $1 Million Man.
Cena was on Hannah Montana too.
Oh jeez. And there's the Miz with
and that's where Miley Cyrus went downhill.
Guys,
that's where she got her STDs from.
Let us know your remember whens, any crossover moments like that on the comments for this YouTube video or on Facebook or on all the social medias.
I'm surprised Eamon didn't say anything about Figure It Out.
Figure it out.
All the wrestlers.
Figure it out.
With all the wrestlers getting slimed, Eamon.
Oh yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, Figure It Out was cool. It wasn't the wrestling era wasn't when I started watching it, but yeah.
And guys, hey, I just want to remind you guys another way to support the show, ProWrestlingTees.com. I just got a sale in today, actually. So people are buying the shirts. Go check them out. You got the WMS logo, property of Mayhem, and good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Of course, designed by the great Alex Cars. Supporting us in the t-shirt department graphically. As you heard from him earlier, go check out the stuff at Occupy Pro Wrestling. Sorry, I forgot the .com. And check out all the other stuff and other friends of the show and everything at ProWrestlingTees.com. A lot of great stuff over there, including, like I said, friends of the show like Zima Ion and things like that. Support the show. Get something cool. There you go. You can say that while you're wearing the shirt, which I think also may say that. So there's so that's something that's happening. If you're like Eamon and going into all these indie shows this weekend at WrestleMania, and you want to support Joey Ryan of all people, why not? Or you want a cool Vader Time shirt that's cooler than anything WWE ever put out. This is the place to get it at ProWrestlingTees.com. So go check them out. Support the show. Support indie wrestling, and and have fun with it.
Feed us.
So, going off of that, I actually want to get into. Well, first of all, let's touch on this. I watched the Scooby-Doo movie last week.
Yes.
And I know Mad Mike did. We mentioned this in passing on the Movie Minute earlier. Did anybody else catch it over this last week?
Nope.
No?
I did
no?
not.
Oh,
Is it
you
on the
people.
network yet?
It's not on the network yet, no. I'm waiting for those WWE films to start popping up on there. Movie night with WWE. That'd be amazing. So the wrestling side of the conversation, Mike, now, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
This is
It was fine. A
Scooby-Doo.
little stupid, but it's a Scooby-Doo movie, so you're not expecting much.
For you, not to spoil much, but you're right. The Miz was hilarious. Playing his own music in the headphones and just getting beat up the entire time. But the Legend of Sin Cara. The one thing that was not botched in this guy's career is a cartoon.
And he sure wasn't Hunico.
I still think it's funny how he's the representation for the movie, and he doesn't like. The only thing that they actually did for him in the movie is probably to draw him, because he sure as hell didn't voice it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's nothing. I wonder, like, why they keep putting the mask on somebody else? Why are they so dedicated to this character? And they're like, we at least have to stick with this guy through this movie because you got to think to do an animated movie, it takes forever. You're kind of seeing that with like some weird things with Slam City, where like Del Rio's a face and Kane still has the mask, and that was ages ago and everything like that. But it's very globetrottered, where they had WWE City and they had their training facility, and they very created this mythology of what WWE is versus real life and everything. Yet had Vince McMahon and everything, so it was very surreal to the kind of experience this movie like this. But take it for what it is. It was a lot of fun, and it's very. The Scooby-Doo movies have definitely been very meta about themselves, I guess you could say.
I did like that Matthew Lillard was the one who was voicing Shaggy in the movie.
And I think he has been for a while in these flicks. So,
I mean, I'm sure he probably has. What else has he been doing?
Because I know I've not liked the Shaggy voice for a while, and I think it's been this one the entire time. So it's a WWE film. I'm sure it'll be on Netflix sooner or later. So look out for that. So I want to talk. So WrestleMania is this weekend. And
wait, WrestleMania is this weekend?
Something called WrestleMania is this weekend.
What's that?
And I know,
is that like Lockdown but bigger?
Here's a survey. Who is actually getting the pay-per-view versus attempting the WWE Network?
I'm doing both.
You're doing both. Okay.
We're doing both.
You're doing both. All right.
Any chances with that network?
Yeah,
I don't trust them.
Too many people's evening of enjoyment on the line to trust that stream.
Yeah, especially if you're
in the stream, not me.
What is going on with his audio over there? Is it on your mic, Jen?
He's doing it in the kitchen, Sorg.
I mean, right.
I'm making it in the kitchen, Mike.
Oh.
The press conference held up. I haven't seen too many problems other than like just I see the stream skip on the Xbox.
Hey,
really?
Did you guys see who randomly showed up at the end of the press conference? Everybody in the WWE, it seemed.
What
Everybody?
Great Khali was there.
Oh God.
Eva Marie.
I missed
Mark
that.
Henry.
I must have tuned out by then.
Everybody.
Wow.
I think Titus O'Neil even showed up. I'm not sure why. But
Wow.
go ahead, sir. You had a point.
I forgot my point now. Of course, the free trial's gone, so they know the number of people that could be and most likely will be watching there on Sunday night. Will they be ready?
No.
Nope.
I think that's why they're doing like a whole lot of streaming things this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like I honestly don't think it's gonna stay up fully through the Hall of Fame.
Oof. If it goes down the Hall of Fame, you're still gonna have high pay-per-view buys because everybody's like, no, we're not there yet. Let's not do that. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing if it's during like a Extreme Rules or something, but they have put a lot on the line for this. And the conversation entirely at that press conference is, we are changing this. This is a new way. This is history. People are going to be watching it on the WWE Network for the first time. But they're also going to buy the pay-per-view because they don't trust the stream yet. I mean, it's...
But Sorg, I mean, this is kind of like what they did with the first WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Because they put all their eggs in one basket. They're like, they did the closed circuit TVs. And that, I mean, you know, that was 1985. This is 2014. It's basically the same thing. Trying to trust their network provider through the internet that they can stream the whole thing.
Yeah, and creating something, you know, big enough that people are going to try that. I mean, have we seen subscriber numbers yet?
I haven't
not
seen
until
anything.
after WrestleMania, sort of.
Not until
Nothing
after
official
WrestleMania.
until after Mania.
Okay, all right. I know I've seen rumors of 400,000 in the first week, but of course they did have the free trial, so who knows what that's going to end up being.
And who's to say nobody's going to like binge buy on this and just buy it on Saturday?
That's true too. That's
and
true too.
Have everybody just crash the shit.
Oh, I can just go ahead and watch this. But still,
I mean, they'll still have to pay, you know, the 6 months, you know, back to back to back to back.
But still, it's not. It's not. I'm going to get a $70 bill next month. I'm going to get a $10 bill and then a $10 bill,
yeah.
and I get to see the rest of the pay-per-views.
WrestleMania for $10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as opposed to the $70.
And
I mean, you're essentially just paying $10 for the next 6 months of pay-per-views.
And I feel like some people that maybe, you know, they're like, aren't as, like, you know, all of us are seeing it one way or another. All of us are seeing it or paying for it or getting a network. We're all seeing it in some shape or form as a foregone conclusion. But I think the more, maybe that's a way for the more casual fan to actually get to see it. Maybe they'll be like, I really want to see WrestleMania, but I don't want to pay that money. But the network, let's give the network a shot. You know, it's another reason for them to try that out, and I think it could really work in that line of things. Man, they got a lot riding on this. How devastating is that going to be if that does not work?
I think we should all take bets as to when the network starts to.
You know, there are Las Vegas bets right now for WrestleMania results.
Oh Jesus!
Every year this happens. I wonder if there's a line on there about will the network go down?
Batista's actually taking pretty good odds.
Is he really? Wow.
Yeah, like a bet on Batista. You know, if you have like some extraneous cash, it's not a bad bet.
And that the entire weekend they're programming it with WrestleMania in mind. They're actually going to have replays of WrestleMania starting with WrestleMania 25. I saw a lot of WrestleMania rewinds are in the schedule for the weekend as well. They're doing, you mentioned the other streaming things. They're doing, of course, they had the press conference today. They're actually going to have live from fan access events Thursday through Saturday, I believe. Pre-show starting 2 hours early at 5 o'clock. Holy crap!
Well, the first pre-show is on YouTube.
I think both hours are on Netflix. Not Netflix. Network. But
no, only the second hour is on the network.
No, both hours.
No. The WWE Network was in that logo. Was in that massive logos with everything else. So everybody's going to be able to see the first. Roku.
In other words, they're going to have it streamed 2 hours before the show in case shit happens.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Not like last year when like it cut out in the first hour. So.
Can I ask a morality question?
Okay.
Wrestling fan morality question. You're getting WrestleMania on pay-per-view. So you're secure in watching WrestleMania on your pay-per-view on your big screen TV. Do you take your iPad or your laptop out during the pay-per-view just to see if the network's working, or do you say no, I've got to let that bandwidth is for other people. I can't let this thing crash. I'm going to leave my iPad alone. I'm not going to try to watch WrestleMania.
Is this really a morality problem? I thought you were going to ask me.
It's a morality question for you as you're watching WrestleMania.
I thought you were going to ask me if it's going to be.
Can you harbor your curiosity about whether or not the network stream is going to fail, knowing that you are secure in your own pay-per-view?
No. They should have been prepped. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to be trying to stream it on every device. Matt, I'm going to put every tablet and phone in my pocket and be trying it.
5 tablets, 2 phones, just like running.
I mean, I'll bring my own LTE device, so I'm not sucking down your bandwidth. That's the morality problem. I don't want to mess with your system. But I don't give a crap about WWE's.
I tried streaming the network when I was at Raw.
How was that?
During the commercial.
Yeah?
The first time it was fine, but then the app died.
The app dies? Really?
It did.
Yeah.
Wow. With that, now my problem is I know when we're at console, like usually if it's a full house down there, like cell doesn't work. Like cell in general doesn't work around the arena. Yep. So I mean that could be related. Like I wouldn't even try it just because of that. So.
But going back to Carlin's point here, if I'm going to the bathroom, I am going to take my phone with me.
I didn't think about that. Wait. So
on my phone.
So just about everybody, there's no bathroom breaks problems anymore.
You cannot do the Undertaker piss break anymore.
Everybody, you can take the piss break and not miss the Undertaker entrance. You can say, well, I can see the Divas match, but I kind of got to go to the bathroom right now, or any other match.
Can't do that anymore.
Just get something that has a handle on it. Get something that has a handle for your device.
How many devices are going to die because they took their Divas piss break with their phone so they didn't miss anything?
Sorg, if you're taking the Divas match into the bathroom, you're not pissed.
You're sitting there and somebody's going to be like, I'll be right back.
Bring your icy hot.
Bring your icy hot.
Oh.
Mike, no. Mike,
no, that's not a Mike. No, that's a natty.
No,
it's a natty. By the way, I guess we do have to bring up. That brings up. We have friends in the WWE, guys.
What? Yes, we do.
Mad Mike, you've been faithfully.
And they both start with S.
Faithfully live tweeting the Total Divas since their return. Yes. Good job, and getting the attention of one Summer Rae.
Summer Rae is an angel.
Summer Day.
She's an angel who at least thinks I'm funny enough 140 characters at a time.
Oh, good.
Basically, I've been tweeting how much I hate Natty on the show, and we actually got her site to trend the hashtag Grandma Natty during
man. Nice.
Yes.
That's great. But
something else happened.
Of course, last week we had a little bit of birthday celebration for myself with a tremendous Missy just knocked it out of the park with the Sheamus cake that she revealed on the show. And guys, it was delicious. Oh my God, carrot cake. It was a ginger cake and it was all great. I kept singing.
It's a shameful cake. You'll gain 5 pounds.
Oh, then some, I'm sure. And then some, I'm sure. And I wasn't on yoga last week either. It did not even out, I'm sure. But the cake got tweeted and everything. And it got retweeted by Sheamus. And
That's
now
not how that happened.
Holy crap. The original lady that did the cupcakes that inspired it that Bobby sent over got in on the act, and I'm still getting retweets of the thing coming up. Mayhem Show. I know some of you guys have Mayhem Show on your phones, and it just exploded when this happened the next day. And then we said something about eating his beard and responded, and directly my new good friend Sheamus. My new good friend Sheamus O'Malley, I think that's his last name.
Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
Said
Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
That wasn't it.
Sheamus O'Shaughnessy
gave me a happy birthday. He gave me a happy birthday and said, "Stay away from my beard, fella." So
and he also hit on Wife of the Show.
And he hit on Wife of the Show. So now I have to watch out for Shane Taylor and Sheamus around my wife, because Shane Taylor said she was going to steal my wife once. That was weird. So
I think I should need protection.
Downplay the significance of your good friend Sheamus mentioning your wife in that tweet, because that is the smoking gun that your good friend Sheamus watched your podcast I mean, that's really what you need to let settle into your head.
No, I don't think he watched the show. I seriously.
How else could you have known?
No, it takes 2 clicks to go look at this. Look at the line. Look at the Twitter timeline for the Mayhem Show. See my name. There's another happy birthday thing on there, and that's it. Although he did,
Sorg, We
but
only
he
talked
did.
about eating the beard on the show.
No. We tweeted it. We tweeted it.
Wife of the show.
We tweeted on the Mayhem Show account. I know that for a fact. But he did favorite something when I was talking about the cake the next day about eating his eyes. Do I get his Irish soul or something like that? And he favorited it, and I didn't even tag him in it. That's more significant. I'm considering.
Seamus is watching you.
Basically, Seamus, we love you. Thank you for listening. If you are listening right now, good luck at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
We never talked
Please kick Brad Maddox's head off.
And our 4-year-old cannot play with Seamus figures anymore.
Tell me about this. Wait, what happened here? Why is your 4-year-old not allowed to play with Seamus figures?
I don't know. Ask Matt.
I've been told that those figures are now sacred, and they must not be handled by young hands.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is there now a shrine to Seamus?
There is. He's on the Big Seamus and Little Seamus are on the mantle.
And somehow Mr. Freeze got up there too. I don't know.
That's weird.
Freeze is coming.
He was on Raw.
Yes.
Wait, he was on Raw the other day, so.
And he's going to be
still kind of
in the WrestleMania Royal Rumble thing.
He could be. Hopefully as Mr. Freeze. That'd be amazing.
If he showed up as Mr. Freeze, I would lose all of my shit.
Do we have WrestleMania? Is there anything? I think we talked it to death. I don't think there's any more angles on the matches or anything like that. What needs to be said about WrestleMania before we depart?
Sorg,
This is the go-home show,
I think
guys.
to close out, all of us do one crazy prediction for WrestleMania.
One crazy prediction?
Yeah, because we can predict matches and stuff. That any podcast can do that. We're the fucking Mayhem Show. We make crazy predictions.
All right. I got you. I think I got something. And we talked a little bit about an interaction between these two earlier. How about this? So you got Hulk Hogan. He's there. The Rock was the host before. He played a very significant part, which led into other things. Hogan, on the other hand, he's not going to do a match. No. He's back to the red and yellow. He's back in the WWE. What can Hulk Hogan do to make some waves? Now, we did have an interaction recently with him and Cesaro in the great interviews like we talked about in the first half. What if Hulk Hogan becomes a real American?
Oh, that would be so good.
I mean, he's already a real American. He's already the real American. But what if he becomes a real American?
So he turns on
the people.
What if he turns?
We the people.
What if he turns? What if he, like Sergeant Slaughter's?
American.
I was reminded of things that Legends of Wrestling. Sergeant Slaughter turned because he loved his country so much he didn't like what it became.
Mm-hmm. Well, that can also be said for the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior does not like what's going on right now.
I don't think, but the Ultimate Warrior is not as subtle about what he doesn't like about America.
Subtle about anything.
And certain lifestyles as Zeb Coulter does.
So he'd fit pretty good, wouldn't he?
He would, but I think you're going to have a Muhammad Hassan moment there if you keep that up.
We the people.
Well, let's see Muhammad
That's
Hassan.
not what we're talking about.
Wouldn't it be great to see Muhammad Hassan come back as a real American too? You know, too bad that ship is sailed.
Muhammad Hassan.
Or Daivari. Friend of the show, Daivari. Please. Why isn't that guy working anywhere? Anybody else? Mad Mike, you got to have something.
Okay. My crazy prediction. Batista wins the world title after Daniel Bryan gets screwed over by corporate man Punk.
Oh.
Ooh. You kind of
that is finally what the CM stands for. And Punk's contract is ending in the summer. Daniel Bryan is the one who kicks Punk out of the WWE. Literally.
Huh.
By kicking him in the head until he quits.
That got heavy.
I got one similar to that.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan wins. CM Punk comes out, everybody's gonna think it's for, a celebratory hug and, high five and ice cream for everybody and all that stuff. But then he turns and knocks him out with a GTS.
Just like the finish off WrestleMania?
Like the anti WrestleMania 20?
Yes. Setting up for an Extreme Rules and long feud with
That's almost like combining WrestleMania 20 and WrestleMania 10, where everyone was cheering for Brett and then Owen was the lone person standing in the aisle looking at his brother.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because I just saw that too, so that's kind of what I was going with there.
Wow. Anybody else
like
have
it?
any?
I almost like that better, Riz.
Does anybody else have any heavy holy shit predictions?
Steal that if you want. I mean,
All right, let me try this.
Curtis Axel and Ryback, new tag team champions. That's what happened. Reign of Rybaxel. Let's do it.
Reign of Ryback.
I got one. How about El Torito wins the Andre Battle Royal?
I can see it.
He wouldn't be able to carry the trophy.
He eliminated Fandango at the Rumble.
It's true. Matt, I'm sorry, Matt. You had one.
All right, let's try this on for size, all right? Brock and The Undertaker coming together, having their match. Something doesn't feel right. Feels a little stiff. Heyman's kind of fidgeting on the outside. Starts calling Brock over. Brock, what are you doing? Brock, what are you doing? Don't do this. Brock kind of out of nowhere just slugs Heyman, knocks him out cold, gets in the ring, puts Undertaker in a Kimura lock, breaks his arm.
Huh.
And then, of course, to explain anything. I would love to see. I don't think we're gonna get it, but I would love. Sorry about that, guys.
What is going on over there?
Don't you mind?
Going to the ground. I would love them to inject some sort of vibe that the Undertaker Brock Lesnar match turns into a shoot.
Okay.
I think that's the only thing that can make it compelling to me. But
it
I'm
makes
looking forward
sense.
to it. But it would really feel interesting.
Okay. Jen or Wheelz, you got anything?
What do you feel about the main event? Since the Shield hates the Authority now, helping Daniel Bryan.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Think about that.
I can see that. New super faction.
Since they're sort of good now.
Believe in the beard.
What about you, Wheelz?
I went a night earlier. I'm thinking, say Ultimate Warrior is doing his good old speech of thanking everybody. Jake sneaks up behind and sticks a viper to his face.
And they have a blindfold match the next night.
Yes.
Wow,
I just want to see the return of the blindfold match now.
Yeah, I just saw.
Oh my god! Why hasn't John Cena had a blindfold match yet?
With what? With who?
Because you can't see me.
Oh, guys!
Why has that not happened yet?
I want to mention.
Fell into that sword.
I want to mention before we get out here. I tweeted about it the other day, and I actually committed a couple bucks to this. Really cool friend of the show thing happening. Our friends at Philsinger Games. We talked to Tom Philsinger, the owner of the company over there. Great card game. They do Ring of Honor, Legends of Wrestling stuff, and of course their big thing they've been doing for a while. It's all based on the system of is Champions of the Galaxy. They actually have a Kickstarter. They just have 4 days to go as of this recording on the 1st. So they're at 65.16 of their $7,500 goal. So what they're doing, what the whole point of this is, they're actually doing a live edition of the card game. See Loudon Noxious from Shakara fame and Kaju Big Battle involved there. But they're going to do like a live show based on the characters of Champions of the Galaxy. Now you're like, what the hell is this really doing with indie wrestling other than they do those cards? They're going to have the characters played by pro wrestlers, including Chuck Taylor. And you already see there's definitely some Chikara influences here. This is actually going to be conducted at a con. I can't remember the name of the con, but it's going to be in July at in Jamestown, New York. So go support that. If you do $20, you're actually going to get a download and a bunch of other digital goodies from the live event. And there's also opportunities for the documentary. If you put in, I think at the $20 mark and up, you get stuff like your name in the credits and other kind of goodies there. So support friends of the show there. Go search for Champions of the Galaxy, the live event on Kickstarter. I don't have a better. I will be tweeting these over the next couple of days. Of course, just look at our any of our social media and you'll find it. So support them. Support indie card gaming, I guess, and indie wrestlers that happen to be involved in it as well. So I'm sorry, I should have mentioned on the Indie Mayhem Show too. Maybe we'll throw something in there. So with that, guys, I think our Mayhem predictions replace what we learned because we're more concerned with what we're going to learn this weekend, right? I
did learn that Natty masturbates with icy hot.
Oh, I don't want to continue after that.
Stop it.
I do not want to go on after that. I think we're done after that. Guys, I know a lot of us are going to be involved in a WrestleMania party, some together, some separate, some all over the place. I hope everybody has fun. I know we'll all be on the Twitters all night long, I'm sure, still watching the show together and taking bets on the network. So with that, for everybody, holy crap, for Mike, for Wheelz, for Eamon, for the Carlins, for Rizz, I think I got everybody for DJ Lunchbox earlier tonight, and everybody else that's joined. Go check out the interview with Zach Allen on Indie Mayhem Show. We'll see you guys post WrestleMania. Don't worry, forget about the after show there on Thursday night with the Thursday Night War. Mayhem out.
R.I.P. Little Nickel.
Just wait. Wait for the